haven't had any peace. Since then, it was like my life went downhill. I've been feeling empty, numb, lost. I don't want to cause any issues in your family. But living without you is causing chaos and physical pain in my heart. It's like I'm numb. I don't care about anything else. The contract, the business, nothing, baby. This trip is supposed to help me move on from you, but it's not working. Please tell me. How does one move on from their soulmate?
You don't.
Guys, from the first scene of this movie, you could predict what the plot was going to feel like. The weddings might feel like a battle between Obiora having to choose Chioma or his title, because here we are seeing where Chioma is being called a bastard child. See, when Chioma had that bad dream, Obiora's accent was nowhere to be found. This was played by Uzor Arukwe. I was looking for that accent, I did not see it though. It just felt like a lot of times it was juggling between having to speak like its actual self and the accent, so it was not given compared to how it was in part 1. I would say his character was not as 100% as how it was in part 1, because here his costume was not even given. Like, he kind of looked off from me, like how he dressed. He felt like he looked stressed, and the costume was not so fitting. It was not looking so bright like how he looked like in part 1. Guys, let me give you a quick rundown of Love in Every Word. So yeah, it's a movie about a young lady, Chioma, who is self-made. She likes to do things herself. She likes to be in charge. The relationship she has been in, she has been the one providing for the man because of her past trauma of what her mother told her about her father. So she does not want any man to treat her so badly. Then she meets Obiora, who is a billionaire, and they fall in love. He changed her perspective about men. He's so wealthy, he takes care of her. He basically buys a whole building for her just to get her number. So he has shown her a love in different ways, not just in words but in action. Watching this movie, you watch this movie with a certain form of expectation, excitement, pressure, wondering if he's going to meet up to expectation, if he's going to beat the part 1, or if he's going to be better, or less better than part 1. Got to finally see Chioma's dad in part 2, and I could remember vividly from part 1, Chioma said her dad had that Igbo accent that when she met Obiora, it kind of reminded her of it. But we seen her dad here in part 2, I couldn't get any accent from him. He spoke so well. Yeah, we could blame it on the mother, that her mother gave a different perspective of how her dad was to her. Probably she had never met him at all. She just assumed he had like an Igbo accent. Part 1, Chioma had 2 besties. We had Ife and Ivy. So yeah, in part 2, we are not seeing Ivy, and they are saying that okay, Ivy is not around. I think taking of her boyfriend's mom, but they have video calls, and the voice does not sound like Ivy's voice, because from the past 1, I could remember Ivy being a very playful as Ife, 2 playful characters. But here in part 2, with the video call, she sounded too serious, and even though probably she was no longer in the movie, they would have just scrapped her role. Probably say maybe she flew out of the country, giving a different story to her not being available, instead of they having to continue with her character, because now they continue with her character, and from the video call the voice was not the same, and they didn't even get to at least show us her face in the video conversation, so we get to see her and understand, okay, yeah, this is still Ivy. So that didn't cover up well. Guys, I love how they made all of the good things happen to Chioma from the start. From the launch of her business, got so many sales, people were coming, they were buying. I love that, because like the first 40 minutes of this movie felt rushed, but I like that later, close to the end, things starts to go sideways. Oh my god, before I forget, the kiss. Hey, yeah. That one, I was not having it. Like, I felt like entering into my screen to drag these 2 people out. What are they doing? They were being too conservative with the kiss. Like, I don't put them there. I feel like maybe because they are both married or something, but they didn't make it feel natural when it comes to that part of having to kiss themselves. They would just hug, like, oh, like there's just a way, like they made it so obvious that the kiss was not, like, it was not coming out real, which didn't really make sense. And they're not even having to have sex. That one, I don't even want to stretch too much about it, but it was not even given at all. The ideology for that that, probably they would have just scrapped the idea of that and not add it into this movie. And having to make this movie 3 hours, guys, 3 hours was quite a lot for what we were to see. For Irina sent Chioma's new business, the office felt like a previous office from a previous employee. And also that ex, I don't know why they made Chris Attoh look that way. It looked quite, you know, out of place. I don't know, they wanted the ex not to give. They didn't want him to be finer than our Dogu, but it was not but I like that Chioma still played that role quite well. She was not so bad with her. She still had she was very expressive of it, especially that scene when they were at the resort and she came to meet Obiora and she was like, she's no longer, just feels like her whole world is coming down with scratch, and I started expressing herself just like how we saw in the ending of part 1. I love that she still had that burning fire in her. And guys, I love that they kind of added a familiar character we were used to, Adako from Jennifer's Diary. They added that into this movie, which was nice. Obiora's family felt like they didn't really have that connection, you know, coming from his brother, his sister and his mom. There was a bit of no family connection between them. Probably they were not so close or something, but a lot of parts just kind of feel like they were just caught and you know, just like this movie, like I said, the pressure and the hype of trying to make this movie just made the whole acting feel a certain type of way. Guys, let me know if you've seen Love in Every Word, The Wedding, and let me know your thoughts about it. Don't forget to come to watch my video, subscribe to my channel, and let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.